Good morning, children. I am sure you all are well and hearty. Let us begin our day with the thought. As you sow, so shall you reap. It means if you plant mango tree, you will definitely get mangoes. Similarly, whatever deeds we do means we get the results of our deeds. So be very careful. If you do negative, you will get the negative results. Understood? Today we are going to start the third lesson of Unit 4, the Red-Headed League. This lesson is one of the 56 Sherlock Holmes short stories written by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. It involves mystery and suspense. So before we start, let us know more about the author. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle was a British writer and physician. He created the character Sherlock Holmes in 1887 for a study in Scarlet. He published a study in Scarlet in that time. The first 4 novels about Holmes. Sherlock Holmes stories are generally considered milestones in the field of crime fiction. By the 1990s, there were already over 25,000 stage adaptations, film, television productions, and publication featuring the detective Sherlock Holmes. Doyle's other work include fantasy and science fiction stories. So be ready with your textbook, page number 86, and have pencil in your hand. See children, in this story, Sherlock Holmes takes the case of a businessman, and what happens next we are going to see. Before that, you all must know the character of Sherlock Holmes. See children, Sherlock Holmes is a fictional private detective created by British author Sir Arthur Doyle, referring to himself as a consulting detective in the stories. Holmes is known for his proficiency with observation, forensic science, and logical reasoning. By the 1990s, there were already 25,000 stage adaptations, films, and television productions featuring the character. Guinness World Records lists him as the most portrayed literary human character in films and television history. The famous books about Sherlock Holmes include A Story in Scarlet, Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, The Sign of Four, The Valley of Fear, etc. There are a number of books written by Arthur Doyle. So, let us begin the lesson. The story is divided into 2 parts. We are going to see part 1 now. See the title, The Red-Headed League. Now children, red-headed literally means people having red hair, and league is a group or association or an organization. Now let us begin the lesson. It's part 1 about Mr. Wilson's story. Okay. Now there are very few characters in the story. It is Mr. Wilson who has brought the case to Sherlock Holmes. Got it? Mr. Wilson has brought the case to Sherlock Holmes, and Sherlock Holmes' very close friend is Dr. Watson, and the whole story is narrated by Dr. Watson. So be very alert when I read. When I called upon my friend, Mr. Sherlock Holmes, he was conversing with a visitor. Now I called upon my friend, I means here Mr. Watson, who was an elderly man with fiery red hair. Now fiery means very bright or glowing red hair. So see the next one. Holmes introduced me to the visitor, Mr. Jabez Wilson. He was a pawnbroker. Now children, you must have heard about gold loan, where gold is kept as a security, and against that we get a loan of the required money. So pawnbroker is a person who lends money at interest when valuable things, anything which is very valuable, can be kept with him till the loan is repaid. So he was a pawnbroker. Who? Mr. Jabez Wilson was a pawnbroker who had come to Holmes, and the story is narrated by Mr. Watson. Holmes asked him to repeat his story for me. He began by showing us an advertisement in a newspaper. It read as follows. Children, I am sure you all get newspapers at home and you go through the different advertisements. There are bigger advertisements, even the small ads come. So small ads are known as classified ads. The ads are grouped into classes. Like for example, it is for sale, and then comes telephone and other things. Wanted kitchen appliances, Then under services it is plumbing. So these are all small ads in groups. Got it? So let us read this ad. To the red-headed league, which is a heading. There is a vacancy. Vacancy means a post for a member of the league. For the member of the league means only the member of the league. League is a group or a club over here. That is the people with red hair. They can only apply. And the salary is £4 a week for nominal services. Nominal means not very heavy service. And the value of £1 is, today it is 99.9 rupees if we convert it into Indian currency. But this is an old story. That time it was very, very valuable. So the red-headed men may apply in person, means personally they have to go. Nowadays we can apply online, but in person means personally you have to go. So they apply in person on Monday at 11 o'clock to Duncan Ross at the office of the league, 7 Fleet Street. So in very short ad, every detail has been printed. Who has to meet them, when, where, everything is given. The advertisement had appeared in newspaper 2 months ago. Mr. Wilson's assistant Vincent Spaulding had shown it to him. See children, don't get confused. The case has come to Wilson and Spaulding is assistant of Mr. Wilson. Mr. Wilson liked his assistant Spaulding. He was smart, efficient and worked for only half the normal wages. Now wages means the salary, the payment you get for your work. So normal wages means for a particular post, a particular salary or wages are decided. So he would charge even 50%, half of it he would charge. Got it? But the assistant also had his faults. Every now and then he left work and went down in the cellar to develop photographs. Now cellar is a room used for storage under a building. It was a dark room over there. He used to develop photographs. Photography was his hobby. See, the story is old. So that time photography, the techniques used to take photo and to develop photo were totally different. Back in the olden days, the photos and the photographic equipment were nothing like they are today. Many of the roles of the film were developed and printed by the photographer in their own dark room using different chemicals like sodium chloride and all. So he had to go down into the cellar to develop photos every now and then, being it was his hobby. Understood? So see the next page. Spaulding showed the advertisement to Mr. Wilson and explained him that an American millionaire, Mr. Ezekiah Hopkins, had founded the famous Red-Headed League to help all redheads like himself. Who has done this? Ezekiah Hopkins, he had founded the league. Spaulding urged Mr. Wilson to apply for the job. So the two of them went to the address given in the advertisement. Fleet Street was full of red-headed people. Mr. Wilson thought that with so much competition, he would not get the job. He wanted to go back, but Spaulding pushed through the crowd and took Mr. Wilson to the office. There was nothing in the office but a couple of chairs and a table. A red-headed man sat behind the table. He was Mr. Duncan Ross, a representative of the Red-Headed League. He was very pleased to see Mr. Wilson and announced immediately that he was well suited for the job. He shook hands with Mr. Wilson, congratulated him and told all other candidates to go back. Now let us discuss, children, over here. Who do you think is is very smart, Mr. Wilson or his assistant? According to me, Mr. Wilson's assistant Spaulding is smarter. It was Spaulding who showed the advertisement and explained to him why he should apply for the job. He not only took the pains to go along with him but also saw to it that Mr. Wilson got the job. Got it? And children, why was Fleet Street full of red-headed people? Obviously, the advertisement in the newspaper made many red-headed people apply for the job at the office of the league, which was on Fleet Street, making it full of red-headed people. Mr. Duncan Ross explained that Mr. Wilson would have to be in the office from 10 to 2. If he left the office, he would lose the job. Spaulding assured Mr. Wilson that he would look after Mr. Wilson's business in his absence. The pay was fixed at £4 a week. And the work, asked Mr. Wilson, you have to copy out the Encyclopedia Britannica. Now children, you all must have heard about Encyclopedia. Britannica is the publisher of this encyclopedia. So basically the Encyclopedia Britannica is of a Scottish birth. Its first edition appears in 1771. It's a dictionary of art, science, literature and general information. And basically encyclopedia is a reference work which provides summaries of knowledge either from all branches or from particular field or discipline. And you know, encyclopedia entries are longer and more detailed than those in most dictionaries. More than 500 to 600 words are covered over here. Understood? And let us see the next paragraph. The pay was very good and the work was light. Mr. Wilson accepted the job and began his work the very next day. Mr. Duncan Ross was there in the office to see that Mr. Wilson did his work properly and did not leave the office. What he had to do, he had to just copy down the encyclopedia. Very dumb job. He told Mr. Wilson to start with the letter A. Mr. Wilson wrote diligently 4 hours without leaving his. So diligently means very carefully and with lot of efforts he did his job. Mr. Ross would drop in from time to time to see that all was right with Mr. Wilson. At 2 o'clock, he bade Mr. Wilson goodbye and locked the door of the office. Now bade means it is said or wished him. So, or to tell Mr. Wilson good day and locked the door of the office. This went on day after day, Mr. Holmes, said Mr. Wilson, and on Saturday I got my salary. It was the same next week and the same the week after. After a few days, Mr. Duncan Ross came in early once in a while, and after a time he did not come in at all because he was assured about the job done by Mr. Wilson. Mr. Wilson continued. 8 weeks had passed like this and I had written about aboards, archery, etc. and hoped that I might get on to B soon. So words of maximum words with A he had already completed and he wanted to start with letter B. And then suddenly the whole business came to an end. To an end? Holmes said. Yes, sir. This morning when I went to my work as usual at 10 o'clock, but the door was shut and locked. With a little note nailed on it, it said, the Red-Headed League is dissolved. Now children, dissolved it means that the organization has come to an end. That means it dissolved. October 9, 1880. I was shocked. I did not know what to do. Mr. Wilson went on with his story. I made inquiries at the nearby offices, but he could not help me in any way. I want to find out about the league, Mr. Holmes, who they are and why they played this prank upon me. The whole thing is a mystery and that is why I came to you. I have heard a lot about you. Holmes found Mr. Wilson's story very unusual. He asked Mr. Wilson, this assistant of yours who first called your attention to the advertisement, what is he like? So Holmes wanted to know first about his assistant who has brought attention of Mr. Wilson towards this ad. Small, stout, with no hair on his face, he has a white splash of acid on his forehead. Now splash means a mark. He had a mark of acid on his forehead. I thought as much, said Mr. Holmes. Is he still with you? Oh yes, sir. That will do, Mr. Wilson. I can give you my opinion on this subject in a day or two. Today is Saturday and by Monday we may come to a conclusion. And here we have completed with part 1. Let us see what happens in part 2 in our next video. Till then, try to understand the story, read it once, twice, find out the meanings of the new word and don't forget to take care. Till then, goodbye. Thank you.